Welcome to Rooster Radio, a broadcast dedicated to supporting and promoting local artists in the Gaston County and surrounding areas.
What's up, everybody? Wanted to tell you about a few upcoming shows we are hosting here at the Rooster. Starting on Friday, October 10th, we're hosting the Ladylike Festival, brought to you by Crowns and Chords and the Charlotte Street Art Collaborative. This is a celebration of the film experience through art and music. We're going to have art vendors here. We're going to have interactive experiences, poetry reading, live music. We're going to have food here. It's going to be a real fun time to show some love to the ladies. That's October the 10th. And then the very next night, Saturday the 11th, Not Your Kind, the Slipknot tribute is going to be taking the stage with Midas 22. We're very, very excited. This is a full-on Slipknot experience, back to the original 9 with the masks and the suits. It's going to be wild. I don't know how we're going to fit them all on the stage, but we're going to figure it out. The very next week, Friday, the 17th of October, we have Lil Man Jay with Zay Grassley at Ivy, Montana. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, this show is already almost sold out. So if you want to come see Lil Man Jay, get those tickets now because there aren't a lot left. And then the night after that, we are participating in the DTG Fall Bar Crawl with other pubs and establishments here in downtown Gastonia, which means we got a free show. We've got Hindsight Hero, we've got Gypsy Caravan, and Mechanical Boulevard are going to be performing. No cover. Make us one of your stops on the bar crawl. Go hit the other stops, get your cards punched, and then come back and enjoy a free concert on the 18th of September. And then, of course, on the 25th, the Saturday before Halloween, is the 7th Annual Carolina Headbangers Ball. Very, very excited about this because the lineup this year is just stupid good. Witch Pit's going to be headlining. We got Chronic Disorder on there. We got Hellfire 76. We got Haymaker. We got an incredible lineup. Shout out to AJ for what he's done with this year's lineup. I'm very, very excited. Get your tickets on the roostergastonia.com. Go to the events tab. You can scroll down, see all of our upcoming events. Looking further down the line, we got the Talk Is Cheap Door on the 28th, which is a Tuesday night, 28th of October. And that's a Sunflower and Mad Hatter Productions are bringing that. We got Fight From Within, Resistor, Smile on the Center. I believe Detest the Throne locally will be support on that show. Going to be a fun one. And then on the 30th, we got the Crack a Smile Halloween party with Enough's Enough and our boys in Testarossa and Prowess. You can get information and tickets for these events and more on the roostergastonia.com on the events tab. Make sure you're following us on social media and wherever you listen to podcasts. Peace and love.
Hey everyone, you may or may not know me. My name is Peter Ippolito and I work with Brewstock Music Festival. This year we have heard many of you that have frustrations. We've seen a lot of comments and we want you to know that we have heard you. We know things have not quite gone as they should this year and little bits in the past, but going forward we are going to try our best to make a difference. This festival is North Carolina grown. We want to make something special, and that's always been the philosophy that North Carolina deserves something. There's a gigantic pool of talent, and we want to showcase that in every way possible. So we want to formally apologize for this year for a lot of the things that have happened, and we are going to work on it as much as we can next year, and we appreciate your patience.
Right on, and I hear you, and I like you said, we've seen some of the comments and stuff too, and we get it. I think people need to understand that what you're trying to do is a very difficult thing to do.
It's not easy.
Yeah, it's we have hosted multiple festivals, and this was our third summer hosting festivals. And what I've noticed is when you try to do too much, you spread everything too thin, and then you don't really hit home the way you want to with each event you're trying to do, which is why next year we're pulling back big time on the number of bigger events we host. But with Brewstock in particular, I think it's really important for people to understand, like a lot of people are out there doing a lot of things. And right now, you guys have the resources and the connections and the relationships to keep building this festival and get bigger names on here and there. And, I, for one, want to get behind that effort. And I get it. People want more local bands on the festival. We can facilitate that going forward. I think this year the focus was on growth.
Yes.
And in fact, I'll be perfectly honest. When we first brought the festival here, I had a conversation with you and the other guys about taking baby steps to grow it. We have a limited amount of resources here, and we don't want to try to do everything all at once. Let's do the things we know we can do well, and then kind of grow from there. And this is the third year, and every year it's gotten just a little bit bigger with everything that we've added to it and all the little things that add value to the festival. And I think this year the focus was on how do we get like a bigger name on here to kind of help withdraw and to kind of build this festival around and a couple of people are disappointed with the way things shook down, but that's okay. Guess what? We can do it. We can keep doing better. So I think that's what people need to hear. But all right. So now that that's out of the way, let's talk about this year's festival because we actually have an amazing show this year.
We do.
Yeah. Brewstock. I'm thrilled about this year. I mean, the pre-party alone.
Yeah.
I think I heard you say before, it's like, welcome to South Carolina. We got some of South Carolina's best coming up for the pre-party.
It is a great lineup of South Carolina bands.
that's our sister state, so we can,
Yeah, no, we're all one.
Yeah, I always say the Carolinas when I talk about
and then we kind of absorb the bottom half of Virginia.
Yeah.
So it's all Whistville and down is us. We claim you.
So Friday night, the pre-party, man, we got Redefine headlining that.
Yep.
We've got Black Market Currency. We've got the War to Win. The Welcoming, and I'm forgetting one.
New Dilemma from Florida.
Okay, so we got Florida in the house on Friday night too. So, and we've got, that in and of itself is a killer lineup.
It's a great lineup.
Yeah.
It is a stellar kickoff to what you'll experience on Saturday.
And then Saturday, the big day, the big show. Everybody knows by now. You guys, I'm thrilled you got Butcher Babies. It's a big deal for me.
It's definitely more of a baby step. We're toddlers now.
Aww.
So we're like pacing ourselves.
Yeah.
Baby steps with Butcher Babies.
Yes, you get it. Toddler babies. Butcher toddlers. No, it's something that we felt like needed to happen. We had a Killer's Confession, our first major step. Then we brought you Psycho Stick, which was, a lot of people were like, this is absolutely unheard of. And we're like, all right, moving to the next one. So we kind of had an idea of different bands that we were kind of go with. And you never quite know what it'll be like until you jump in. And there's risk in that, but higher risk, higher reward.
Right.
And that's the hope, that we can get that higher reward and respect. Because once you deal with something like this, you're trying to get that rapport. Because once you successfully make it happen, that spreads. Mm-hmm. And then you can do something even bigger. And that's what we want to do, and that's the goal.
Yeah, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier about how we all had this long conversation in the very beginning about taking baby steps. Everybody's got ideas on things we can do, and it's like, yeah, this is great. We can do this, and this. But can we? Do we have the resources? Do we have the manpower? Yeah. Do we have the budget? It's growing it in these small baby steps, like you said, is affording us the ability to grow it right. And that's the thing I think people need to understand is that you don't have the Danny Weber budget.
No, I didn't open my wallet and be like, what are you doing in there?
Yeah. So is it literally like a DIY, grassroots built up festival? And, it's I think it's pretty incredible what you've been able to accomplish in the 3 years here.
Honestly, I feel like if they knew that just 3 random dudes were doing this, they wouldn't allow it. But we're making ourselves look really good.
So we're excited. Do you? Where do you want us? Do you want to talk about all any of the lineup for Saturday?
Yeah, let's talk about the lineup for Saturday.
So we all know Butcher Babies is headlining, but you had the 2 fan votes. So I guess we can start there and work up.
Yeah. So Cavalic and Moonscar They both won the Battle for Brew, where we had a local one that was, residential to South Carolina, Virginia, North Carolina, as we, are just one state. So now there are 59 states, the greater state of North Kakalaki. So, congrats to both of them. We're very excited to have you both, which I think they're both from the area. I think Havlik was South Carolina, and I think Moonscar's
Virginia. Yeah, they've actually played here once before. Shout out to Ray Franks of Graveyard Boulevard. He brought them here a while back, and they were a lot of fun. Yeah.
So, very excited to have them both. On top of that, this really is our biggest year regionally, where most of the festival is that. So there are a lot of bands who've built tours around this, who are making like really hardcore one-offs to make this happen. And so we want to make sure that, that support is there, and they know the love that North Carolina can give them, especially for the ones that, have heard about Brewstock before and have been to Brewstock before. So like St. Diablo is Awesome Ray Ray.
Yeah.
Where he had played the first year, or it may have been the second. It's all 1 year now.
Well, Awesome Ray Ray was on the first year we hosted, and then last year he hosted.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
And his band St. Diablo came down and played.
It was like a week or two after, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
I think it was like a week or two
the dates
after
blur,
Brewstock
but
last
yeah,
year.
shortly after Brewstock, St. Diablo came here and played a show, and they were incredible.
Yes.
No,
so much fun.
they're awesome.
Yeah, they were fantastic. I mean, they were legit. I'm like, why is this man not touring the country? Like
He is.
Yeah, Ray is.
He's everywhere.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's a great point that you've got. One of the things about hosting a big regional festival like this is the opportunities that it presents, the doors that it opens up for people. You said there are bands that made tours based on stopping here. So think about that for a minute. If you're listening or watching this, just this one little thing that we're doing in Gastonia is getting people from all over the Eastern Seaboard out of their hometowns and hitting different cities, contributing to the economies. Like it's more than, we all love music and that's why we do this. But when we are able to do events like this, it has a bigger impact that a lot of people don't really take the time to see.
Yeah.
Think about the hotels, the
restaurants, everything.
Yeah,
like
restaurant workers, the bars.
downtown.
Just this one weekend in September. We're gonna not only are we gonna get to pay bills for the month, but so will some of these other businesses around town. And keep in mind that these businesses are our neighbors.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that gets lost on a lot of people. Like a lot of people look at a business owner and think, oh, you own a business, you got money. That's not the case. Most of us, 95% of business owners are broke as you.
Yep.
We had money. Now we don't.
We gave you this, and now we have no money.
We gave you something, then we have nothing.
So like when you go eat at Mixed, when you book a hotel, there's somebody owns that hotel or somebody runs it locally. You're putting money in their pocket. You eat at Mixed Kitchen or you go to Cavendish Brewery and have a couple of beers the night before. Those are all neighbors that you're helping support. And that's my favorite thing about hosting these festivals.
Yeah.
And it's one of the reasons why I keep trying. I've tried to do so many of them was because I understand the impact that it has on not just us, but the people around us in our community.
Yeah.
And, I think, admittedly, I went a little too far this year. I did too many of them. It's just what it is. But I want to give everyone an opportunity.
You put your toes in the water.
Yeah. Well, I want to give opportunities to people. Like you say, you can do this. Let's do it.
I have an idea for the pre-party though.
Okay.
So I think that when I get up there the first night, I'm going to see how many people are actually here and they're staying for both nights and they're from out of town. We should print up a list to hand out to them. Like, hey, go to the bar, and if you're staying in town for the night, here's some really great local restaurants.
Yeah, we can
that's a
recommend.
great idea.
Yeah, we'll recommend some.
Yeah,
local
sorry, I was
spots
like,
to hit.
idea.
No, it's fantastic. I mean, there's so many people who come from out of town.
Yeah.
And last year, receiving the ticket sales, we saw that. We were receiving stuff from Georgia. We were getting stuff from Florida. We're getting stuff from Illinois, Texas. I sent a ticket to Arizona.
Oh,
this year.
wow. I shared all locally yesterday, and this dude popped up, said he's coming from New Jersey.
Yeah.
That's
I
Rob.
actually went back
Yeah.
on. I recently switched ticket sites. People may have noticed that when you go to buy tickets on our site, you're going to a different ticketing site. And the reason for that was because the old site was updating They're doing a complete like makeover of their website, and it was going to make it a little bit more difficult for ticket buyers. And I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I switched. I actually reached out to a couple other venue owners and asked what their experience was like. And we landed on Fresh Ticks because two other businesses were like, yeah, we use this and we love it.
Yeah.
And they're local because they're based out of Atlanta. So I was like, all right, great,
Okay, cool.
So anyways, so when I made the switch, I pulled all this data from the previous ticketing site, and it shows you, the addresses of where people buy tickets from. Right. And I counted it up, and we have had people, after 2.5 years of business, we've had people buy tickets to our shows from 14 different states that
That's
are not
awesome.
North Carolina.
That's awesome.
That's, I thought that was cool. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But anyways, back to the lineup. Kavlik and Moonscar won the fan vote, so congratulations to them.
Yes.
My Blue Hope, I'm thrilled to, I love Aaron to death. He's one of my favorite people in this community, and I love to see his band on this show. So shout out to you, Aaron. Love you, brother.
I love you, Aaron.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to seeing them. And then who else we got? I can pull it up if I don't want to
It's a
miss
lot of
leaving-
bands.
Yeah, I don't
No,
want
it's
to.
a lot of bands.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Traverse the Abyss is coming back.
Oh, yeah,
from
that's right,
Florida.
they are.
We owe them for the
For the interruption they had
yeah.
last year.
last year.
Because
So,
I was like, hey, hold on a minute, be quiet.
yeah, well deserved to have them back. Again, Saint Diablo, Undefeated, The Amatory Murder,
Yeah.
Turning Tides.
Yeah.
There's so many bands. Witness Marks is coming back. It's going to be great. They're a great melting pot of bands. I feel like the genre blend's a little stronger this year too. It's definitely, to me, I feel it mixes a lot more than it has in the past. And that's also very exciting to have people kind of get a taste of different genres throughout the day and kind of go where they want, like what they like.
So I don't want to leave anybody out. And this is something I did after you guys got everything together and I added it to my website. I've started this new thing, and maybe you've noticed, maybe you haven't. I always put where the bands are from by their name, and I do a hyperlink for each band name so that you can click on the band name and it takes you to either their website. If they've got a link tree or a website, I go there first. If they don't have either of those, it's usually their Instagram page. So now if you're ever curious about a band that's going to play here, go to our ticketing, go to our events tab, and you can just click on the band and go see all their stuff right there. But Butcher Baby's based out of Las Vegas, Saint Diablo, Richmond, Virginia. And there's another Richmond, Virginia band that I'm excited to have back, and that's Seasons.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome. Not only is their music great, but they're just great dudes. They're
really
so
are.
much fun to be around.
And they're fun to work with.
Yep. Eternal Frequency out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The Amatory Murders based out of Brooklyn, New York. That's cool. Brooklyn, New York band playing in Gastonia. So make sure they go back with a story to tell y'all. Scranton, PA's Traverse the Abyss. But yeah, Traverse the Abyss, their set got cut short last year. Shout out to the homie, you know who you are. A Sense of Purpose from Cleveland, Ohio. That's fun. Witness Marks based out of Lancaster, South Carolina. They've been here several times. They're an awesome band. Love those guys. Me and Devin both share a love for Eskimo or Electric Callboy. Am I almost?
I do like electric.
Yeah, Cambridge, Ohio's Turning Tides. Undefeated out of Lowville, New York. Undefeated was popping up on my feed a lot, and then they got added to this bill, and I was like, awesome. They just randomly started. I just started seeing a bunch of stuff from Undefeated on my feed on socials, and was like, who are these people? And
They were one of my immediate top picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like a lot of fun. So I'm excited to meet those guys. Ashes Fall out of Atlanta, Georgia. Wolves of Oz out of Knoxville, Tennessee. That's where 10 Years is from.
Have you listened to them?
I've just listened to the playlist, so I've only heard the song that's on the playlist.
They're also very good. Very excited to have them.
And then, of course, we just said My Blue Hope's based here in Charlotte. Kavlik's based out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. And Moonscar is out of Bluefield, Virginia. So we've got, Nevada, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New York, Ohio, South Carolina,
Atlanta.
Georgia, Tennessee. 9 different states
All coming together.
all coming
As
together.
a family for one day.
And that's what's exciting. Like I said, going back to what we said earlier, not as many North Carolina locals this year, but it's also opportunities. Think about it like this, right? There's people from 9 different states that are going to be playing here that all have connections in their hometowns. So think about when your band wants to go on tour if you're not here to network with these people, you're missing an opportunity to talk to these people, get to know them, and who knows, maybe 6 months from now, you're on a tour in Ohio or Pennsylvania or New York because you came and had a conversation with a band from one of these states.
As
So if you,
someone-
I'm sorry, go
There
ahead.
you go.
If you didn't get it, what he just said was, if you're in a local band, come out to Brewstock, make these connections. It's all
Network.
about networking.
Yeah.
As someone in a local band, you have to do that.
Yes.
We've played many festivals, out of state. We've been to Texas twice for the same one. Very grateful for the opportunities we have, but you need to network. It's one of the most important things to make these friends.
Yes.
And when I say make these friends, I mean it. Mean that you're a friend. Don't be one of those people who are clearly just talking to somebody to get opportunity. That's not what this business is about. You need to go out there, you need to have fun, and you need to make these things happen.
Yeah, it's building relationships.
It's a true connection.
It is.
Yeah. It's. I mean, that's at the end of the day, I say all the time I'm a facilitator, but really what it's about is building relationships. That's why I continue to work with certain promoters and bands. There's a handful of bands that play here probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 times a year, if not more. And the reason why is there's a strong relationship there.
Yeah.
So when there's an opportunity presented that this person fits or this person's band fits, they're one of my first people to call. I'm like, hey, this is good for you. And, building relationships and building each other up is way, way, way more effective than trying to tear people down.
Absolutely.
Like the bad actors will weed themselves out.
Yeah.
And they always do.
They do.
You might get away with it for a little while, pretending to be something you're not. But those of us that are in it all day, every day, we're going to sniff out the BS, and we're going to know if you're full of crap, and you're not going to get those opportunities.
And you can tell so fast.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
And so what I'm
not hiding
saying,
anything.
I'm being long-winded about it, but what I'm saying is, I know it's easy to tear somebody down. Like if you see something you don't like, to just go after them. But the real power move is to reach out and find out, like, is there something here that can be, like, is this a learning opportunity, or is this someone that we need to just shy away from?
Yeah.
And if you just shy away from them without putting them on blast, they tend to disappear. By putting people on blast that way, you're giving them the platform. Now people are looking to them. Ooh, what do they got to say? And you might lose some people like that.
Mm-hmm.
So what our grandparents would call it, it's called being cordial.
Just being nice. Just be nice.
Just
Like
be
I
a
said,
You don't have
good
to like
person.
them, but you can be respectful.
Yeah, but fortunately, I'm anecdotally, I feel very fortunate. I have very, very little experience in dealing with people with big egos here.
Yeah.
One of the things I was concerned about doing this was, man, how am I going to handle when some jerk off comes in here trying to throw his weight around, and it really hasn't been a problem. And that's
For you. For you. But it's all good.
well,
I handle that.
Well, that's
I was about to
what-
say, I'm like, he doesn't get to
Sit
see
down.
it. He doesn't even make it to the green room.
No, when they come to you, they're like, "Hey, buddy." Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Let me ask you this: when you guys put these, when you do put the lineup together for these festivals, is there like a formula or a secret sauce? Is there any? How much of it is intention on like the type of band you want here, and how much of it is off of relationships that have been built?
So it sounds bad. The relationship aspect, we broke it off just a hair after how the festival began, which is a whole different story because it didn't.
Well, y'all told that story before
yeah,
when you're on here.
it didn't
yeah.
originate with us,
Yeah.
but the first couple years were the same bands, and after a while, that does get old. And as much as I know everybody wants to be a part of it, there needs to be spots for other people.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I myself, I've played Brewstock before. I don't feel like it's right for me to play Brewstock now because
It's taking away an
It's taking
opportunity.
away a spot for somebody else, and I'm also sweating my ass off.
You don't want to be icky.
No.
Yeah. No.
So we still want to have those connections, and we want to give people a diverse festival. We want them to experience new music, but we also want them to experience stuff that they're familiar with. That way they have that joy of coming and seeing something they know and having that joy of finding something new.
Yeah.
And this year was very new. So we were giving that regional shot to where people can come out and really discover what is outside of here. That way they want to go see a show somewhere else. If you're in a band and you want to make that connection, you can. Overall, the formula comes through the submissions, and we do have everyone makes your top 40, reduce your top 40 to your top 20, see what the most similar bands show up for everyone's top 20, and then you vote on that. And sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands that I want that aren't necessarily their taste, and I get that. We all have different preferences, and we all try to sprinkle that preference that we have onto this festival because it helps that diversity. So there's wins, there's loses, and there's always people who drop, and you have that opportunity to make it work. So the real formula is just a bunch of button pushing.
Well, we're getting a little bit of a sneak peek, seeing how the sausage is made, so to speak, here. But it's a difficult task.
It is. It's so
Do you
hard.
like that image in your head when I
The
said
sausage
that?
is made. I just
You
thought
like
that was
that?
funny.
when you get like 400 submissions, and I'm bad to wait until the very end, and I spend a whole day on Spotify, and my wife is like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm on band 50 out of 900." It's so difficult. It really is to just figure out how you have to make it happen, because everyone's going to have a totally different list, and you're hoping that other person enjoyed what you enjoyed too. Because if we all Spider-Man memed each other and said no this band, no this band, no this band, we wouldn't get anywhere.
Right. There has to be a little bit of a democracy there. And,
Yeah, so there has to be that line of agreement with certain things.
yeah. Well, I think it's a great lineup. Half the bands on there I'm familiar with,
Yeah.
and half of them I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm excited to get to know some of these bands that I'm not familiar with. Some of these bands from New York and Ohio that 6 months from now might be bringing a tour down here.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
You've seen that happen.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah,
Connection.
I'm about to bring it up. Nailbite.
Yes.
Yep.
Prime example. Nailbite played the first year here. Blew me away. One of the most impressive
Yeah.
sets I've ever seen. And not just me, everyone here.
Everybody.
Everyone here was going home with a Nailbite shirt, following them on social media. They came back and played again last year.
They were the most requested
Sorry.
Oh, you're
band
good.
to come
Yeah.
back. So
Yeah, everyone
it was a
wanted to see-
no-brainer. They were
Yeah,
coming
because
back.
they're like, what just happened? I want to see this again.
yeah,
I'll
and-
never forget the Blue Ocean's Delight guy going, "These kids are awesome."
yeah.
Yes.
Going in the
Yes.
tent.
Miss you, Angel.
Yeah, and during that span of from their first time here to that second year here, we all got to watch this band just skyrocket.
It went viral.
Right,
Their
they
performance
did.
from Brewstock went viral.
Yep.
Yeah.
It went viral. Now they're playing the bigger. Now they are playing the Danny Wimmer festivals. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? They're playing, and they're getting these opportunities. And now they played back here in June. We had a communication going, and they put their own show together. And they're the ones that brought Dying Oath back to the Rooster.
Yeah.
They're the ones that brought Sid Stratton up from Florida to the Rooster, and that was an awesome show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great lineup.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a great lineup, and that's the kind of opportunity I'm talking about. You get out of your hometown and you play these little shows, you do these mini tours, you show up to the shows in your hometown and you meet these people, and that's how you kind of grow as an artist and grow your network of people. And it's, like I said, the proof's in the pudding, man. We've watched it happen with, they're not the only one either. Seasons has kind of, they're getting a lot of opportunities now. Witness Marks, I really wish they'd play more out. They're a really, really good band.
Yeah.
But, it's networking. Like, if I remember correctly, isn't that how Home for the Day got your first tour? Was like going and meeting somebody at a show? Or am I wrong about that?
I'm sure in some way, shape, or form. That's definitely happened. We've been on 4 tours, so we've connected with people online That's how we met Pennyboard, and we went to Texas.
That's the one I was talking about.
And we got invited to come back. And actually, for the longest time, when we went on our first tour, we were supposed to play with Silly Goose before they blew up. They were supposed to play the Masquerade with us, and then just, again, one of those scheduling issues, but we had a band called Close Enough play, and then we went on tour with them 2 years
guys
later.
are so awesome.
I love Close Enough.
Yeah, they are so good.
They're funny.
I have never felt such a bond. And again, just going back to this, like, these were people we didn't know. We had played with them once, and we had went back to their house on a secondary tour with Come Clean and just met them for the second time. Like, then you're talking about asking these guys, hey, we've had fun every time we've seen you, which is the 2 times, no other conversations. Do you guys want to go on tour? We do a whole, like, beach Florida run, and it's different. Like, we did a 2-week run with Seneca Burns, but those are our brothers. We know them. Every morning we wake up, we hug. It's a great time. You know, we're all worried for each other.
Roll over and kiss each other.
Exactly. You cuddle a couple times. You decide who you're going to cuddle with the next night. These guys knew nothing about them besides those 2 times. And did we walk out of there like family? I mean, it was like this. And
Did you cuddle?
Yes.
Yeah, and you know, it's no matter how much we do, no matter how many shows we book, no matter whether it's a sold out show or there's 10 people in the crowd, I'm not losing sight of why we do this, and that right there is why we do this. Yeah. It's about the relationships. It's about, you know, expanding art, you know, getting to meet different people from different places with different perspectives and different points of view that still love doing the things that we do. They love music. They love writing it. They love playing it, and we love watching it.
Yes.
And like you know, it's a community thing, you know, and not to flirt with. Yeah, I'm starting to sound like a fucking hippie, but. And I guess at heart I really am. I hate hippies. I do. They're annoying.
They're some of the most worst people I've
And
ever met.
hippies are extremely annoying. Not a fan, but I kind of am one. So I get it.
You are one with the idealism of what it should be.
You hate the thing that you are.
Yeah, I guess.
No,
so.
idealistically, it's great.
Yeah, it's the idea that I'm really in love with. That like we can all find common ground. We can all find ways to be around each other and celebrate the things that we have to give. You know, and because that's really what it is. You're pouring yourself out, you know, pouring your heart out on stage, you know, and it's awesome when people respond to that.
Absolutely.
You know, it sucks to do that and nobody care. It's way better when there's people there.
It's one of my favorite things to see after a show. Like, you have like another local band come in, they came to see the show, and then they come backstage and they network as soon as they're up there, like, hey man, that was a great show. I'm so-and-so from this band.
Yeah.
All we're saying is don't let the bartender be a better person than the person who came out to the show. I've had some great bartenders who were like, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
And then nobody say anything else. But I mean, you have shows like that. There's wins and there's loses.
That's fair.
All right, so what else we got going on for Brewstock? Let me give a shout out to Milltown Meats, who will be our food truck. Everyone loves his food. Pulled pork barbecue. He's got this
soul rolls. That's all I'm gonna say.
The soul rolls are amazing. He's got this grilled cheese sandwich that's amazing. It's pulled pork and smoked Gouda cheese on Texas toast. It's amazing.
I love it.
It will fill you up.
Ooh, I wonder if he's gonna have the layered. Sorry, I'm dreaming.
Sometimes he makes the barbecue sundaes, you know, like an ice cream sundae.
Wait, it's like
layered
mashed potatoes, beans, pulled pork, more mashed potatoes, coleslaw. And then like either we had this conversation because I said it would, I was like, hey, you ever thought about this? A little sweet red pepper. It was what he prefers, but if not, it's a tomato right on top.
He's got this rub that he makes for all of his smoked meat. And he also puts that rub on his tater tots.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and
he
it
does.
is so good.
I mean,
so
how
good.
often do you get seasoned tater tots?
Never.
Never, exactly.
And
if I season them.
Exactly. Restaurants don't season their tater tots.
So there's going to be some great food here. We've got. So do we have a list of vendors, or
I
do we want to shout out?
I don't have that.
I pulled it up.
I
have
right
it.
on.
Provide.
Yeah. So Todd is our big sponsor guy when he is not doing sound. So he left me a wonderful list of sponsors to let you know about. So we have The Hard Part Men's Grooming, who has been with us forever. If you have been to Brewstock, you know that is probably the second best part of the festival away from the music. You can go there, you can get your hair cut, you can get your hair styled, colored. You will look like the rock star you want to be by the end of the festival. We have Dee's Balls, Disinformed brand, living the hobby life. What, Ariel?
I'm sorry. Anytime anybody says D's balls, I'm like, giggle.
trying to
I'm
list the
12,
nice
okay?
people
I'm
here.
12. Sorry.
Living the hobby life, Amplify merch, Music via Ovarian Cancer, Amp Underground, the Misfit Market. We have Stage Dive, which if you ordered your tickets online and they were mailed to you, or if you picked them up at the Rooster, you will have a card in there that will take you to Stage Dive as a different music platform to get you away from all the big yucky ones who don't pay artists. We have the Happy Hub, which is actually from Taylorsville, where I'm from. She's very excited to be here. She has named her energy teas after some of the bands on the festival.
Oh,
So
nice.
go check those out. They are absolutely fantastic. We have Pucker Up Buttercup and Resilient Energy Solutions, who is our power source for the festival. So thank you guys for being a part of it. We appreciate you.
Right on. So yeah, so come ready to party, have a good time, come hungry, and I guess we should also mention that the very same day, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., there will be the Carolina Sound Record and Vinyl Expo going on at the Convention Center, which is a few blocks up. If you go to the convention center and you bring your ticket down here, we'll knock $10 off the ticket price at the door.
And there are also Misfit Market vendors up there, too.
Yep, there will be vendors up there, lots of vinyl. I'm sure that maybe a few of the artists may be shooting up there early in the day to kind of mingle and
I'm
talk
sure
to
they'll go check
people.
out.
Yeah.
So downtown Gastonia will be rocking
Will.
on Saturday, the 27th of September, with Carolina Sound Expo, Brewstock Music Fest, food, vendors, bands from all over the eastern part of the United States. Go ahead and get your tickets, man.
We're going to dominate downtown.
Buy them now.
Yeah, come on out, have a good time, and come early because My Blue Hope goes on around 2, and you don't want to miss that.
Just come spend the whole day with us.
Yeah, come hang out.
If you're not waiting in line at 12 o'clock for the doors, then why did you buy a ticket?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Wait,
with your
didn't you
life?
say you were going to call people out for not coming?
If you don't buy a ticket and you said you were going to buy a ticket, my Excel sheet is ready to call you out.
Ooh.
And I just want to reiterate, this is not just a music festival. It's an opportunity to network with other people that do what you do and can potentially provide opportunities, and maybe you can provide more opportunities to them. You might meet your best friend. You might meet your future spouse.
That is true.
We've had gender reveals. We've had all sorts of things.
So this is something that's actually been on my mind a lot lately. I've been looking around this community, and I've seen relationships blossom. And there's a handful of them that I can attribute to this place.
Yes.
And that makes me feel really good.
Yeah.
I've watched people meet, become friends, become lovers. I've watched relationships blossom from people meeting here and at our events. And that makes me feel it swells my heart.
That was one of
awesome.
his goals in the beginning. If you go back and watch some stuff, he says it a couple of times.
Yeah, well, I do everything with
He's
intention.
so
y'all.
romantic.
Yeah, everything I do has an intention, man. I'm not just out here, screwing off, just flying by the seat of my pants. I actually,
It's purpose is what it is.
There's a sense of purpose.
Yep. That worked.
Right. Anything else you want to share before we get out of here?
So, we'll wrap it up. Come to Brewstock Music Festival, pre-party the 26th September, main day the 27th September, headlined by Butcher Babies and a regional smorgasbord of fantastic music.
Ooh,
Come support something that can be bigger than what it already is now.
Yeah.
We want this for you, and we can't do it without your support. Again, from the start, we know there have been bumps. We know there's been some anger. Please support so we can fix those mistakes and move forward for a bigger and better festival next year.
And not only that, you don't want to discourage people from building stuff like we want stuff like this to build. And when when we have something with momentum, let's keep the momentum going, guys. Let's keep it going. And if you're hungry and you're in town for the weekend, we recommend Mixed Kitchen. We recommend Savory Calais up the street. Web Custom, if you want to get fancy, Web Custom Kitchen's got great food. It's expensive, but it's great. And then Cavendish Brewery's right down the street. Those are the recommended restaurants around town for Friday night when you're in.
Saturday morning for breakfast, hit up Fanny Cakes.
Yep, Fanny Cakes has got, get
Yeah,
that liver
Fanny
mush,
Cakes.
egg, and cheese sandwich, baby.
Yeah, and we got 3 coffee shops downtown.
Yep. So there's plenty to do in downtown Gastonia. We got a lot going on, and we're thrilled about this year's Brewstock Music Fest. We can't wait. Peter, thank you for doing this, man.
Thank you for having
appreciate
me.
it. All right, peace and love.